Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another episode of the Tuning In Podcast. My name is Jay Wells. I'm here with my boy, Mixman Shawn. Shawn, say what's up to the people.
What's up? What's up? Good morning.
Yeah, we got a good
First
episode.
first time in a long time.
Yeah, damn right. And we haven't done a morning session in a while. We got a good episode queued up for you guys. We have a very special guest joining us today. Our friend Vikram Thakur is an accomplished entrepreneur with a wealth of experience in real estate, small business industries, particularly in the gas industry. So we're going to talk to him about his journey, discuss the in and outs of the market, getting his insights on trends and news, and whether you're a seasoned investor or not, or a businessman or not, or you're just getting started. You don't want to miss what Vic has to share. So sit back, relax. Let's get into it. Vic, welcome to the show, brother.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. How you guys doing?
It's a beautiful
What's
morning.
up? What's up? Vicky, but yeah.
I woke up and there's a cloud around my house, like an actual cloud. So it's like surprised that I have to wear a beanie on the last day of June out here in SoCal.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Where are you in Stockholm?
it's a town called San Pedro in Los Angeles.
Okay. I
But
stayed in that area there for about 5 years. I
oh yeah,
graduated from college there.
which where'd you go?
I went to UC Irvine and I took classes and then I finally graduated at UC Riverside.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's right down the street from where I'm at.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a beautiful place, definitely busy, full of tons of people, a lot of opportunities, lots of struggles,
Mm.
the whole gamut, the whole gamut. Hey, before we jump into your story, Vic and Sean, I wanted to drop this quote at you guys from somebody that I look up to in the leadership community. He was a real estate guy for a long time. His name is Jim Rome. This is a quote that he
Right.
had on, I like to share with you guys. So it says, "The rich invest their money and spend what is left. The poor
Mm.
spend their money and invest what is left." See the difference? What he's saying?
Yeah.
It's like putting the priorities first, right? So, Vic coming on here, you hold it down. Sean tells me you share a lot of good information with him. So I feel like there's a lot to learn for a lot of folks at different times in their life, and how they prioritize, how they handle their business, and things of that nature. So, what do you guys think about that quote?
Mm,
I agree.
Hmm.
I think that, always have to prioritize yourself, as far as when you start into the business, especially, you don't think about yourself first. You see how the business needs to be,
Hmm.
how we start on that.
So that way you can
Yeah.
ensure it lasts.
Yeah, of course, of course. And yeah, and
Nice.
you said that the rich people always take a look at like next investments. The
Hmm.
poor people put money,
Well,
hey, let me and buy that. That doesn't work out.
Yeah,
Just
sometimes
because,
it's like about keeping up with the Joneses, looking a certain kind of way, feeling good, enjoying life
yeah.
in the moment, being a present minded, versus future minded.
My mom always says the money is never, no matter how much money you have, it will never be enough.
Yeah.
So if you think like that in yourself, hey, you know what? I don't have enough money. You won't spend too much.
Yeah, that's a good principle to keep for yourself for sure.
Yeah, yeah. You have mortgage. You have bills. You don't own things outright. So when you don't own things outright, you don't necessarily own them yet.
Yeah.
You still make an obligation of payment. So
Hmm.
now that's gonna add to your all your other obligations of payments in your life. Whether you're going out to have drinks, have lunch, dinners, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So you make sure that you priorities, make priorities of where you need to spend your money and where you don't. And you
Yeah.
always keep, you keep your money with you at all times, right? You save money, you save money. You know, one of the quotes I one time read, it was, you know, that when you prepare yourself for an opportunity and you take advantage of opportunity, that's pretty much that's how your luck happens, right? Luck just does not happen to you just because you're feeling lucky or something. Sometimes you save your
Right.
money. For example, I'm talking about myself. If I save money in my account and then next thing you know I see a really good opportunity of a business,
Hmm.
like I just boom, I bought that business. Okay, people, oh, you lucky, you got lucky with that business. Oh,
Yeah.
other people, you got
Yeah.
lucky by the.
They don't
I didn't
see
get
the
lucky.
years of hard work that
So
went
hard
into
work, saving, saving,
discipline.
being really discipline, man, being really disciplined, you know. I
Yeah.
know
Hell
people
yeah.
that have 5, 6 gas stations and their income a month is maybe 300K
Yeah.
and drive around in Camrys. You don't
Yeah.
need to buy
Yeah.
anything flossing right away, you know, or anything
Exactly.
like that.
Yeah, that's a good, I think, a lesson for anybody to learn of when they're first getting into things or even throughout, just to make sure that that's a principle that they value throughout their life. Vic, let's get into a little bit of your story, brother. So tell us your background, like well, where you came up, where you're from, where you're at now, and everything.
Mhm. Well, you know, I was born in Delhi, in India,
Mm,
and my parents, you know, we stayed in Delhi, and my dad and my grandpa, we have a business of India in optical glasses,
mm.
like lens crafters. You have
Okay, optometry, yeah.
optometry, and we have many locations in India. Where at a time we were one of the biggest wholesalers out there. Even before Pakistan was a country, we had our businesses. You
Oh
know,
wow.
That's awesome.
yeah. Thank you. So from there, you know,
Hey, wait, real quick.
hmm.
I bet you Gandhi probably got his glasses from your grandpa.
No,
Uh,
I hope if he did, then you know, it'd be cool.
We gotta do some research.
Right, I gotta do some
Hey,
research.
that'd be a flex.
And-
He'd be like, "Yo, you seen those glasses Gandhi rocking? That's me."
Yeah.
but that does go
My bad, bro.
that goes
My
way
Yeah.
bad.
back though.
What's that?
That's on point, right? Because that's like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
era that you're
Sorry,
talking about.
Hey,
no,
that's
you just
cool. Hey, that's pretty cool. Like if you it was if you said something like that.
no, because you started talking about India, Pakistan. It just took me back to Gandhi and shit. My bad, dog.
Yeah, because he's the one that yeah, we all naturally think like that when we think of back India and Pakistan together, automatically think of the politics.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
started talking about glasses. It took me just back in the time. My bad, dog.
No, no, you're good. So then from there, my parents came to US, you know, and I went to a boarding school in Shimla by Kashmir, by
Mm.
Oh
Kashmir.
shit.
What's that?
Yeah,
Northeast India?
very, very north. I'm like pretty much touching the Himalayas boundaries,
Right.
you know, and it is a British school named Bishop Cotton.
Mm.
And that thing is big as like a UCLA campus, pretty big, like a
Wow.
Berkeley campus, you know. And so, you know, I studied there for about 4 or 5 years. I stayed there. And at that time, my parents have already came to US.
Mm.
So after that, went to Delhi for 1 year, stayed with my grandparents. I can't really read or write Hindi, but you know, I understand it fluently. So you
Yeah.
know, ended up coming here. And came out here, you know, stayed out in Santa Rosa time area.
Mm.
You know, with my mom, dad, and sister. And what do you call? After there, you know, we had an opportunity of working in a gas station
Mm.
out in Pittsburgh,
Oh
and
yeah.
that pretty much it started a lot of things for us, you know, because
So Pittsburgh, right there in Northern California.
Pittsburgh, Northern California,
The
yeah,
bird.
and the
Yeah.
Berg, about 30 miles east of San Francisco, you know,
Yeah.
right by the Walnut Creek area, just to give a little idea where it is.
Yep.
And so Pittsburgh at that time was pretty much of a growing city, and still is.
Hmm.
And there was a company, they had gas stations along with big grocery stores inside. We
Right.
call them, you know, C stores, convenience store, as people know.
Yeah.
And side is Walmart, like, you know, like a AM PM type, you know,
Right.
so we started working there. You know, I was quite young, 15, 16 years old, stocking boxes, cleaning.
Hmm.
And yeah, I stayed there till I graduated high school and went to college and still was working there. And at the same time, my parents had opened a restaurant in Walnut Creek. So we're working there and working at the gas station a lot of times and then working and going to college, you know.
Got you.
Yeah, yeah. So
The
we, yeah,
grind.
the grind. That's
Oh
where
no,
you,
I've
well, my
seen I've
parents,
seen you put in the work.
yeah, yeah. Well, you know, it comes from my
Bro,
parents.
day after day, Vic will show up with the same energy, same time. Just I've never seen
There's
him
no other way, you know, there's no,
complain about like rain or shine. Like Vic be right there, bro. Like he'll
you have to, man, you
and
know.
he's hands on. It's not like nothing's like this beneath me. He's over there fucking doing whatever he gotta do, man. Like and it's the same dude that I remember when you were 15 and like the same dude now. It's like I see him working. It's
Same thing.
The work ethic is
Yeah.
it's really about the work ethic, bro.
Yeah. You know,
Success is like,
I look at like these a couple people like up to like if I look at myself like what keeps me motivated to go every day, it's
Hmm.
two people, Kobe Bryant and Tom Brady. I
Oh
think
yeah.
with these guys, there's nobody else, you know, then work harder, work this. I wake up 5 in the morning, what I'm working on. And you know, I work without any limitations. I have none, you know, and I feel like if I'm only good as I make my family around me good.
Right.
Right. If I be that person and my parents know, they will live 10, 15, 20 years older. They will.
Hmm.
You know, they'll know, hey, you know, my son's got it. And you know, and that's what happens a lot of times in our generation. You know, kids are all messed up. Parents are elderly parents. They have a way of doing things back in the time, you know. And
Hmm.
that's what myself come from Indian culture. You know, I still write checks. You know, when I don't do online payments. I've been raised like that. So,
Yeah.
so very traditional. So I feel like if we keep those things in mind, man, you know, and do what we want to do as well, you know, the young culture, enjoy your life and do this, but do a
Yeah.
different type of enjoying. It's not enjoying me getting hammered in every weekend. That's not enjoyment, dude. I'd rather save my money and take a trip to like Italy or go to like
Right.
Spain, you know, go a little touring or something like you can have best of
Yeah.
both worlds, you know.
And then
right.
everybody's version of fun and excitement and living life is different. So, you know, do you think you remember when you figured out that this is what you wanted to do, get into businesses and things like that? Was it born out of working in that environment and going to school and
Okay. You know, I would say when I was my last year of UC Riverside, you know, where I was completing my studies and finally, you know, at that time you have to make a decision
yeah.
whether you're going into the next adventure, which is you got your bachelor's, you go
Right.
for your master's, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, you know, I think I realized that I wanted to do business.
Right.
That's why when I graduated, I ended up coming back. When I came back to the Bay Area, you know,
Yeah.
that so I want to backtrack a little bit. When I was working with my father at these Chevron gas stations, the company, younger age, I
Mm-hmm.
always took my money. I gave it to my dad. I
Yeah.
mean, I kept nothing, not even a penny. Like I give my money to my father, you know, he invests, he keeps the money himself. You know,
Right.
I came back from college, he had enough money left of my money and his money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in our culture, there's really not my or his, but we have one together. So, you know, meaning,
Mm.
and my dad was the managers at these gas stations. I was working for him or with him
Right.
7 days a week, you know, learn this, do a different role or a cashier role or
Mm-hmm.
do, you know, a stocking role. So, you know, we
Yeah.
work as a family. And now when I came back, my father had a store, you know, out in Rodeo, California.
Yep.
I started working there with him. And then my father ended up purchasing another business, you know. So when I seen him making business moves and, you know, working and running business, my dad,
Yeah.
that's where I kind of got like, okay, you know what? I want to follow his lead because he's my mentor. You know, he's
Right.
the one that has shaped my life to be where it is today. I have everything and I have to give a lot of that to my parents, if not everything to my parents, because
Yeah.
they're the ones that guided me, you know, throughout the whole journey of my life. So now, yeah, after that, coming back, you know, working with my father and my mother, you know, and my sister, you know, she was also being very dedicated. You know, when I'm away in college, she would come and help out with our businesses, you know. So
Yeah.
really, when I came back, I was the missing piece to the puzzle. Then started running the business, and then, you know, I also started working at Wells Fargo,
Mm.
and Wells Fargo, I started as a banker, you know,
Yeah.
and was now my thing was, you know, start earning. And I have a business and I have a job. So
Yeah.
at that time, what happened is started earning monies from both ends. And if people remember at that time, the market had crashed, you know,
Like
houses.
2008, 2009.
Yeah, this was
2008.
on 2012 is when
Oh,
I started going into the real estate where I started buying homes for my own self, you know.
right.
I would buy a house for every like 4 months,
Mm.
3 months, because the houses were 60, 80, $90,000, you
Yep.
know.
Yep. Everything had
So
everybody
Yeah,
foreclosing and all that stuff.
right, right, right. So everything had dropped. So with two jobs, what I did is I started buying house. I would buy the house, rent it out. Okay, you
Yeah,
rent out and you rent out the house. Now you have three sources of income. You have your business, which is is working for my father. It's my dad's business, but he would put me on a payroll. So
right, right.
still, I'm an employee at the business, but
Hmm.
learning how to run a whole business, right?
Yep.
Here I'm working at Wells Fargo. I'm running the whole business, interest rate, how economy, how the economic world works, right? So I'm
Right.
seeing how the finance are done, how lending is done, how money is transferred, how banks make their money. You get firsthand to see what
Yeah.
people are doing. And then you meet people into the banking industry who have a different vision. I met somebody who was a financial advisor. He started going and showing people how to invest their money. And he had a book of business for 50, $60 million.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm working right next. So I'm learning from this gentleman here. Then I see my father working, learn his way of doing the business. And then now going forward, and the third thing is the business that I bought, the house. So
Yeah.
now easy for you to get lending. Why? Because I go to any bank, hey, I need to get a loan. Okay. What are your debts? Well, I don't have I have a debt, but I'm getting house money three ways:
Right.
business, job, house.
So that's called what?
Boom.
The debt to income ratio, right? That's what a lot
That's
of
to
the
income
bankers
rate.
look at. So how
Yeah, yeah.
could, like, what would be a good thing that you learned out of that about the importance of debt to income ratio for people that are looking to buy a home or start a business or something like that? How valuable is that?
That is very, very that's everything. A debt to income ratio in a housing usually is 45% that you should be, I believe 40 or
Hmm.
55, 45 to 55% you should be in there. And I
Yeah.
think that if you do that, you're comfortably living and you'll be able to afford all your bills and
Hmm.
have a little bit of money of saving.
Yeah.
And in a business, your debt to income ratio is pretty much operation costs. Any business that you're
Hmm.
starting off, make sure your operations costs are none or less.
Yeah.
That's why people can do Uber and still make money, because their operation costs are very minimal to
Yeah.
none. So if you're starting off a business and you want to do that, make sure that your overhead is very less as much as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's on that part to that.
That's good stuff.
Mm.
Yeah. So you had an exposure and you took a, like the quote your mom said about being prepared. For
Yeah.
me, for those that maybe don't know, I have served for 20 years in the Air Force. I wasn't always, career driven, but along the way, I changed my gears and I learned something very similar to like what your mom said. And I use it as one of my like guiding principles for myself. Success is in the preparation.
Yeah.
So you can
Right.
prepare for a lot of things. In the military, we're not like focused on, oh, for sure this one thing is going to happen. We have to be prepared for anything to happen. So a lot of times we're training or we're studying and we're preparing for uh, consequence that may or may not happen. So I think that that carries over, and I'm hearing your story, and I relate in that way.
Yeah.
It's just like you said about luck. Luck has a lot to do with a lot of things, but you can't take advantage of that good fortune if you're not ready to, or even willing to take that risk. So,
Yeah.
I took that.
Preparation, everything.
I think that was a good something that really jumped out to me as you were telling that part of your story, man. So after learning all those things and you're multitasking, doing the Wells Fargo gig and learning from your father and starting to buy homes, how has that shaped your future?
It's great now to the point where, fast forwarding, I'm not working at the bank anymore, and I now don't have the liquor store that my father had.
Hmm,
Now instead of that, we have gas stations.
nice.
We own two. We had three gas stations, so now we're down to two.
Hmm.
And third one was very far away. It's in a city called Lemoore, actually,
Yeah,
right by the
Lemoore. It's down
yeah,
here.
Lemoore. Yeah, yeah. There's an Air Force base right there.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Have you been there?
It's over what is that by March out that way or is it
It's 198. It's down south, going by Hanford, Lemoore,
Oh,
um,
okay,
No.
it's by Visalia and all that.
Visalia, and all that.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
I
like
think it's not an
Fresno
active
vicinity.
base. Yeah, it's not
Huh?
an active base.
No, no, it's active.
Hmm.
They had the first shooting of the Top Gun there.
No, maybe it's Navy. I don't because it's not Air Force active duty base.
Really?
So yeah, there's a difference. There's
Yeah.
active duty, which are guys that work full time, like
Okay.
24/7, 365. Then you have Air Force National Guard, Air National Guard, and then the Air Force Reserve. So the reserves are the backup to the active duty. They have bases as well, and
Okay.
then the Air National Guard belongs to the states. So the state governor is essentially the commander in chief of those forces, and
Okay.
their mission is to defend the
Mm.
state. So it could be one of the guard or the reserve bases because I served up at Travis, kind of by you guys up in Fairfield
Yeah.
for 7 years, and then there's one a little further north in Beale, up in just north of Sac, and then Los Angeles where I'm at, and Edwards out in the desert. Those are like the active duty bases in California. One more on the coast, Vandenberg. Yeah.
I remember this guy came in the gas station when I was there, and he had a whole outfit on, and it
Yeah.
said Top Gun right here.
Yeah, and that's dope. Yeah,
Bro, you must meet all kinds of people, like, because
I bet.
you deal with so many people all day long. You got some crazy stories from just running into some characters. What's the craziest shit you've seen while working at
I
one
think,
of your businesses?
yeah, Vic, did you have any like random moments where somebody came in off?
Oh, there's so the gas station that I have in Sacramento, it's a little bit on the bad area, but
Mhm.
you know, there always is something, man. There's always people. A guy had he had a car on fire. He just pulled into the gas station.
That's the worst place to pull into.
Shit.
That stupid stuff. Oh, you want to know a story now? I'm actually going through a court trial with
Mhm.
this gentleman who came into the gas station, and we, you know, he came into the gas station. We started giving him like food for free at the end of
Mhm.
the day, or when the food is almost to expire, right?
Right, right.
Mhm.
Or take. And he kind of took that for granted, just started grabbing everything left and right,
Mm.
walking out. And, you know, gas station are a little bit on very busy. And this is actually in AM PM. I'm sure
Mm.
you down in LA, they have a lot.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's a good business.
Yeah, so there's the Argo AM PM, and then so we're pretty busy. We don't really see a lot of time customers walking in and out. And this is actually the Arco's in city called Woodbridge.
Yeah.
That area, so we had that guy stealing in and out, running, you know, and so we finally told him, man, don't come in here, this and that. We wouldn't let
Yeah.
him in. He got upset. He lit the trash can on fire.
Oh wow.
And this happened about 6, 7 months ago, 4 months ago, something like that. Yeah, stupid. And then he
I
comes
thought that was
the
just
next
an
day.
emoji, you know.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought that was just a meme, but it happened in real life too.
yeah. And then he comes in the next day, says, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna put the building on fire." And
Oh
then we
wow.
took that as serious because this guy's like a little
Yeah.
fuck, you know. You can tell there's somebody, you know, and he's like, "No, I'm gonna burn this whole thing down."
Yeah, no doubt.
Long story short, he just got convicted, and the jurors they were assigned. We had to go court trials,
Mm.
and
Oh my
finally,
god.
you know, so yeah,
That's
that's
that was a bet true. So much fun.
yeah. This trial just got done this week,
Yeah.
or on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So that's one of the other stories, you know, on this thing.
So
Damn.
about 12 years ago you started on the home buying. You said around 2012, that time frame.
Right.
Do you still are you still in the market? Do you still look for like home real estate? You still look for
Yes.
things like that? You do?
Yes. I do. You know, and I actually, you know, along with the gas station, I always like to invest into anything else. I
Mm.
think it's a good idea. Relatively commercial is
Right.
more, you know, because you end up making more money on the long end.
Yeah.
Nowadays, the rental properties are good, but is not as much. They don't make as much money,
Yeah.
for ourselves. So like, you want to have money, like, be prepared,
Yeah.
you have a small investment. Don't be afraid to take a small investment, because those some small
Yeah.
investments make big investments.
Yeah. In your opinion, is there a lot of risk in rental properties? And if so, like what are the kind of concerns that you've had throughout the years?
For myself, uh, I've been lucky that when I purchased my properties, they were very, very cheap,
Yeah.
where I could rent to a renter at a normal price and still get a good renter and still be okay. And so far, so years,
Yeah.
all my renters, I have multiple in the double digits houses in
Mm-hmm.
Pittsburgh area and in Oakley area there.
Yeah.
And the tenants nowadays, are they're very hard to find that will actually give you good amount of money for your rental property out in
Right.
California, right? Because of the highs skyrocketed of the housing market. Everything is
Mm.
so high, interest rates high. You might buy a rental property and then expect to rent it out and make some money. You might not.
Yeah.
Right now in today's market, you're barely even making even your mortgage payment from what you're collecting from your tenant.
Yeah. And then I don't know too well, but I follow uh, not regularly, but every once in a while I'll read about California changing its laws. From what I understand, July 1st, a new tenant law comes into effect. Essentially, the government of California is trying to make it a little more affordable for tenants. How does that impact homeowners that are renting out homes? Would
I
you
think
say?
the July 1st one, the one they're regulating is the security deposit, right? They can't
Yeah,
collect
that's
for
right.
3 months, right?
Yeah.
So how that affects the landlord is just security, right? Because a lot of times what happens is you can take the first month's rent,
Hmm.
okay, and then you collect the security deposit, right?
Yeah.
People, what they do is they uh they last month they will not pay you, right?
Right.
For example, the month ends in 12. Let's say he plans to move out. Won't pay you for the 12, right? Now, won't you or give him security deposit back, but that's fine because he knows he's not gonna, the house is probably in a bad shape where
Yeah.
it's gonna exceed that. So people now what happens is move out without having too much obligation, but now the landlord on the other end is gonna have a problem because now he's gonna lose out on the last month's rent, right? And the security, that's pretty much all he has to work with, and a lot of times people don't pay for the last month and they're
Yeah.
planning.
They save
Very
it and they put
true.
it towards the next
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
Mm. Yeah, that's interesting. And then, have you ever had a tenant that kind of gave you a bad situation you had to deal with?
Yeah, a few of them, man. You know what I mean? A few of them. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. One was where I randomly, went to this gas station and then and I end up seeing him. He's like, "Hey, man, I can't pay you rent." Randomly at a gas station. I was like, "What?" And then he
One of
said,
your gas stations or another one?
no, no, it was another gas station, and so then I was like, "What do you mean, dude? You can't, And then he said, "Bro,
You're
because
like, yeah, yes, you
my
can.
my 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 girlfriend's
Try.
living in there. She kicked me out of the house." And I was like, "Oh my God." So I went to the house next day, talked to the girlfriend. "Oh, I don't have to pay you because I'm protected by the law, this and that." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Listen, that's all good, but then you gotta understand, I gotta pay bills."
Yeah.
I just didn't like that. And I don't like to come off all bad, be
Yeah.
upset
Yeah.
about, because you don't know what the other person's really going through,
Right.
I'm just thinking about the money. Let's see what the situation, let's see if we can work something out.
Yeah.
If it's not, hey, listen, I don't want you, if you're having a situation, let's make a deal where you can move out or somewhere else. I can still rent out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you have to understand, I'm not here against you. There's somebody against me
Yeah.
coming to me for money, so I have to ask you,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So I kind of
Messed
explained
up.
this to her like that, and she was kind of normal about it. She ended
Yeah.
up moving out. Then he goes back in the house. "Oh, I don't have to pay you because of that law." That's what happened.
That
Yeah, but
is
anyway, we were
what's the
able to work.
real story on that law? You know, Sean tells me stories about India, how like if you have a house there and you leave, somebody moves in, they just claim that shit and it's theirs now.
No, you know what? No, there is situations where that has happened, but it's not as likely.
Yeah.
You know, you have to understand. There's in India, it's a third world country where
Yeah.
people all work on bribes. So it
Yep.
really depends. What we have a house in New Delhi. We've
Hmm.
had it for last like what 40, 30 years, 40 years
Yeah.
now, 50 years actually, because I'm 40. Um, 50 years and still that's been rented out, but it's no problem.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I think it's just you have to kind of go, or you have to have a local, your family member kind of keep a tabs on it. Then you
Got you.
go, you know, you have
Yep.
like anything else. Like here, you have a property manager
Yeah.
over there. You have like a close, your brother, your sister, your dad, or your mom, something like that. Kind of take, you know, watch over the place or anything like that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's a trip. I always so I met some guys in the military that got into purchasing home real estate. So in what's their philosophy was the Air Force is going to move me somewhere. I'll buy a house when I get there. So they buy the house when they get there. Get every 2 to 4 years maybe. Sometimes sooner, sometimes a little longer. They're gonna move me again. In the course of if you stay in for 20 years, a 20-year career, then you can retire with a pension. To buy a home everywhere. So this dude, you know, 5 or 6 homes all around the United States. And that was his thing. It was like, well, now I have properties. The Air Force is paying me. I use that to buy the home. Boom, move, rent it out when I leave. And that's where I started learning about real estate from those guys.
Yeah,
I never took the jump. I kept getting outbid out there. I was trying to buy a house up in Vacaville and Fairfield.
yeah,
And dude, this was like 2018, 2019. Every
yeah, yeah.
time, every time I had like just enough to get it done. Every time somebody outbid the asking price 20,000.
Yeah.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what you should have done at that time? You
Yeah,
should have contacted the agent that is selling the house, try to
right.
tell him, hey, you know what, you represent me, and to him, he gets both sides of the commission, and you
Yeah.
get the
Yeah, it's just the other guys were 20,000 asking. They were blowing it out of the water. Nobody was, they were like, ah, sorry, we got a better offer. Like, get out of here. It's crazy.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know how it is now, right, current times, but those were my experiences with
Have
home
did
sales
you
and things.
you remember going to the outlets over there in Vacaville?
Oh yeah, yeah, that was right
Did
down the
you
street. Yep.
from the outlets? So you remember there was an you know the Nike store down there? There was a
Yep.
Nike outlet.
Yeah,
There's
where
a
they were flash robbing it.
yeah. So there's an Arco right next to
Yeah.
the. I was buying that Arco.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was in contract. I was nearly 90% in.
Yeah,
And
that
that,
place.
yeah, that Arco was, yeah, it didn't work out for us.
That's
But
a
yeah,
good place, right? So when you're looking at these gas stations, why did that Arco jump out to you? Why were you trying to get the business on that one?
because that one, because of the sales, number one, you buy a new business, you take a look at the sales, you see
Yeah,
how it's doing, then you go to the business itself, you see what changes as a new owner you can make to make the business grow. And if you have any ideas, and we did, you know, and so that was the reason why we approached it.
hmm, got you. Yeah, it seems like in that business you would want to be around a busy area or a high traffic, right? High traffic areas like the interstate, junctions, things of that nature, rest areas,
Yeah,
so you can benefit from the natural um, trade routes and things like that we got across the U.S. It's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
seems like a pretty dope business, man, but it's probably night and day, huh? A lot of work.
Not, no, not anymore. It's not once you run it properly. Once you get the hang of it, it's just running like a bank. I run it, you know, as a bank,
Yeah,
and my father handles one of the business, and I handle the other one. You know,
yeah. Share the load. That's pretty dope.
and my wife now that got married last year.
Oh,
So now my
congratulations.
thank you.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
now my wife's part of it. You know, where we all have our separate duties. So the business is too big, and it's hard for one person to run everything. You know,
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. And you keep it in the family.
right, right. So my dad, still this day, I make any decisions, I always run it by him.
Hmm.
And even I know, I feel like I know it, and
Yeah.
I know it, but still, out of respect, you do that to show
Yeah.
him that his importance is always needed, so makes him happy,
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, the business night and day, man. It's now it's to the point where I made my life easier with along with my family. We all uh, I start work at 7 a.m. You
Hmm.
know, I'm off usually by noon or 1 in the afternoon.
That's
Or-
nice.
yeah. So after that, then I look at other opportunities to buy. See what else.
Yeah.
And, one thing I'd like to mention is that me and my family we bought a vineyard in about 2018 in Oakland, and we started a temple for the community there.
Oh, nice.
Now, yeah, so now to the point is where, over the years we've got a lot of people that come and pray. So now I'm gonna officially make it a temple. I've hired a team of lawyers to change the zoning from agriculture to
To
religious.
religious. Mm.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna start making a temple like the way it's supposed to be,
Nice.
along with everybody else in the household, my house.
Mm.
We all
So
do
a
the same thing.
temple, where was it at again?
In Oakley, California.
Oh, out in Oakley. Okay.
Oakley, yeah.
I got
Oakley
you.
is also right after Pittsburgh. It's in that neighborhood there.
Yeah. So
Golden City.
what religion is that?
It's a Hindu
Hindi.
religion.
Hindu.
Hindu
Okay.
religion.
Nice. So how much work has that been to try to transform the vineyard into to the uh, to the religious site?
Um, in 2018, well, I think it was 2018, 2019, and when we bought this place, there was a big garage, like a long garage, because the property is about 2 acres.
Hmm.
And there's a house on this property. It's about over 100 years old now.
Well,
And that has an underground bunker.
hell yeah.
It's crazy.
Like every good house should.
Every good house.
This is
And
America.
dude, and it's nice. It's on a field, and it's right in the
Yeah.
city.
That's
So
cool.
now what's going on is that garage eventually, my father knows a lot of stuff into it. He's the 90% of the one who, started started telling our contractors, hey, do this, hey, do that, doing this. So doing that little by little, we made the temple area where people come and pray. But
Hmm.
it's now we have to make it like a like a corporate way, like where we can market it in
Right.
a like, okay, it is a temple, because right now it's our own property.
Yeah.
It's not a
It's
it's
private
not
property.
yeah. And I want to use some of this money so I can put back into the temple and make it grow.
That's
So
awesome.
now we actually starting now with the part where we're doing the zoning change.
Yeah.
We just hired a lawyer now.
Now, I got a question for you and Sean, maybe you know too. The Hindu religion, is it primarily Indian? But it seems like there's some of the what is that, Southwest Asian countries, Malaysia, and some of the countries that neighbor India in that island chain as well. Do they practice the Hindu religion as well? And how
I
far,
don't know.
you don't know? Because I just
On
look,
the
I know I
I
look
think
at
it overlaps. I think
it does a little
Hinduism
bit.
and Buddhism overlaps.
Buddhism, yes.
Yeah.
And the way they kind of like make their temples and everything, the architecture is very similar.
Yeah.
Obviously, like before the borders,
Yeah.
they were just different people could just travel,
Tribes. Yeah.
and when something's good, it travels a lot. So
Yeah.
the message and the art, it,
Yeah.
we overlap even food wise between China and India. There's a bunch of food that's like
Yeah.
Indian Chinese or Indian Thai mix, a lot of spices, and a lot of the teachings,
Yeah.
they overlap a lot. We're
Yeah.
really similar.
Yeah.
Very simple.
So I just wonder, how does that branch over to places like America, in how that you're going to see, who's going to come to the temple, is it going to be primarily Indian descent, or I'm curious to see how that goes over the years for you,
Yeah. I mean, we're good. So eventually, because the acreage is big, I mean, I have a little vision where if I'm able to make that a religious facility, not only a temple, I'll build a little school in there so
Right.
people can educate, and it's free. It's nothing.
That'd be
Where
cool.
where people want to get education, and it's always allowed for everybody.
What
Even
about yoga and stuff like meditation and stuff like
yeah, I
that?
mean that's a possibility that we can think of, making one spot where people can do all of that, where you can come out and people need that, elderly people especially, that they want to come by, they can have their little gatherings or
Yeah.
some that way. But
Community.
yeah, community, so
That's
now
cool, man.
it's been running. We do have live bands there, like a live singing, they come
Oh
and
yeah,
yeah.
Vikram. I hear you be singing a little bit, man.
Yeah, I sang on that thing just one time, but not really. No. Yeah, yeah. So no, but there was a people that come there.
Hey
There's
y'all,
a group there with the little thing on there, and
you should sing us a song, bro.
yeah. And then next time, man.
Next
Yeah,
time,
next time, share a little bit. They will.
warm up, do the warm ups.
Yeah,
No, I actually want to hear you sing though. Maybe not here, but you know.
yeah, for sure. Awesome.
That'd be
Yeah.
fun.
So my priest, in the Indian culture, we always show our um there's thing called a kunli. Kunli is when you're born
Kunli.
in the Hindu culture. When
Mhm.
you're born, it's
It's
based on
like a chart. It's like a
it's like a
chart.
chart. It is a
Yeah,
chart.
like a
It is
birth
your
chart.
chart, and it kind of goes by your the stars and the astrology,
Yeah.
along with time of birth and the date of birth and the location of birth. So then
Gotcha.
they make this chart, and then they're able to tell you somewhat, not everything, but they're able to give you a good idea of what you should do. My
How your
chart,
planet's moving.
my chart, the guy said, as far as business is concerned, you should do two business. You should go into two type of careers. Either go into selling alcohol, and the second one was do music. So you'll make progress in both. So I
Hell
always did
yeah.
alcohol, with the gas and the
Yep.
liquor store. And so
Yeah.
far it's been working out okay.
No, that's good, man. And you're bringing the music to the temple site.
Yeah.
There you go. No, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I've heard of that too. Of what's it called again? The chart, Kunli.
The chart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard of it before. I never really heard a whole in-depth explanation of it.
I'll
But
tell you more explanation of that.
yeah, send it. Let's go.
I married my wife, and I matched the chart myself. Googled it. I met her, and I asked, "What is your date of?" And I measured it and matched it all up, and
Yep.
then matched. Oh,
So that's like the prerequisites. Like, let me see. Do you fit right here? Oh, you're a winner.
yeah.
That's cool.
no,
So what
it's-
are the things? What are the things
so
in the
what
chart?
works is this. See, the thing is that if you believe in your ancestors, everybody in your household's been going through that,
Yeah.
then you do that, right? So
Mhm.
obviously, it doesn't give you a perfect a partner. It is not what it gives you. What it
Mhm.
kind of gives you is kind of like your personality traits.
Yeah.
How might see. I'd say, oh, this person's really like an anger type of person. It kind of
Mhm.
gives you. And then after
Yeah.
that, obviously, you get to get along with the person. See, that's the next step, right? It's not like, hey, here's your
Bro,
chart. You go marry them.
I
Hey,
want to throw a little
start
sidebar real
then
quick.
and then you kind of meet the person and see if you guys get along or not.
Yeah.
I want to throw a sidebar since we're talking about astrology and stuff. Do you know what feng shui is?
Yeah.
Josh? So there's an Indian version. It's called Vastu.
Vastu.
Yeah. Vikram, since you're into developing property, how do you keep that in mind, like when you're designing?
Do not. No, I do not keep that in mind, because I feel like if I know, more superstitious you get, the more challenging things become for yourself.
That's just another thing to manage.
Oh man,
No, it's like a science. It's like
I don't-
because they base their houses and stuff based on which side the moon rise or like the sun rises from, so they
Right,
can
right.
put a window
those
to the
make a
east
difference.
type of
Yeah.
shit.
There's
And like
something that-
they check the airflow.
Yeah, there was something. There was somebody I told my previous house that I had. We had, and the guy, somebody was saying, "Hey, you don't want to have a house that's big from the front, small from the back. It's like a triangle. It's supposed to be bad for you."
Hmm.
But I don't know, man. Like I said, those
That
stuff.
stuff is interesting.
Sounds
to
like
me.
the same advice you'd say about picking up a lady.
Yeah.
You don't want, you don't
Right.
want big in the front, small in the back. I mean, preferences, right?
I mean, how are you picking her up? Because
Both
like
ends.
no, you gotta have good form. Like they say, use your knees.
Yeah. Don't live with your back. Okay. Well, we made it 45 minutes without digressing.
That's it. That's it. So yeah,
No,
I mean,
that's cool.
I meant I did meet a lot of other girls before meeting my wife, and get to know them, and
Right.
now you don't
Mhm.
necessarily, this thing. See, it's like this. If you take it okay, a different way as far as matching your kundli. Okay, hey, I want to
Yeah.
match person and not be serious. Then you're gonna be, you're the one gonna lose out in the end. But you have to be
Yeah.
mentally prepared. Hey, I genuinely want to meet a genuine person and move forward, right? So
Right. Right.
there's girls that I met my kundli matched, but you don't get along with the person. Hey, I feel
Right.
like this is not right.
The person doesn't necessarily match that.
Yeah.
Bro, that'd be a cool like little app. Be like,
That's
swipe
pretty much
right.
what it
Hey,
already
the
is, dog.
the
Yeah.
Kundalini don't even
Or their
match.
future plans. You know what I mean? It shows
Yeah.
like their future plans, and that's
Yeah.
what it is. And sometimes, it's there's nothing like it in standard, like you have to follow this protocol.
Of course. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't really, I got, I did the thing where you do the kundli matching, because it's not like I believe in just myself. I believe too much into it. It's the other, family they believe into as well.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what it is. So for me, I'm very less on, following, a lot of these rituals. I'm more on, hey, just thank the God and that's good enough.
Right.
And do genuine things to people around you and
Yeah.
make people better around you. You do that,
Of course. Yeah.
generally that's good karma right there, dude. I've till this day not done bad to anybody.
Yeah.
And I don't ever, even, I'll give you a little short example. I took my employee to the court with me. I was like, hey, come, let's go to the court, who was working the shifts when we're going.
This is
I
the guy that
paid
lit the
for those
dumpster.
hours. I said, hey, you know what? Let's go in the morning. I'm going to pay you for those hours,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, I am, you know what I mean? I am using him to come and to work for me.
Yeah. It's
Even
work
though he told
related.
me, no, don't worry about it. He said, sir, don't worry about it. No. See, that's where the things can matter. I can
Yeah.
go pray, thank God, do all this stuff and not be a good person when I know when I'm using somebody for advantage, that's not good as well. Right. So
Right.
you do
Yeah.
Mhm.
those things will happen to you naturally good,
Yeah. I
I
think
married,
that's the character, right? The character,
yeah.
the core principles of every person's character is what make lasting relationships. When you have to understand each other in order for those relationships to last, whether it's friendships, work relationships, romantic relationships, family relationships, these break down all the time because people don't respect or get to know each other's like core functions, like what makes a person tick and what sets them
It's
off, what
hard,
breaks their heart.
yeah. It's hard to break relationships. It's easy to break relationships, but it's hard to maintain them.
It's harder
And
to
once you,
repair a damaged one.
yeah, oh
It,
yeah, you can't.
Sheesh.
That's it. Words do more than physical attributes, right? You
yep.
can say, but and that's why it's like being before I would say work hard. You do this. Your mind, as for me, as a man, the more I work or keep my mind straight, the less it goes in separate different ways.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I put it towards me, my family, and work. And my
Yeah.
friends. And that's it.
No,
Other than
that's
that,
good.
you don't nothing else. Yeah, you keep it, man. Keep a tunnel vision. Like we always hear. Keep a
Yep.
tunnel vision, and that's it. You won't have to worry about nothing.
See, Mamba mentality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's it, man. You always got to be better. I get off work 4 o'clock. Till when 1 o'clock I come home. Sometimes I'm going to my other gas station, or sometimes I come home. I'm going to the temple area. Come home at 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night. I'm start looking at houses.
Yeah.
Hey, this is a good opportunity. Hey, this is a new good business.
Yeah.
What's the next business I want? I'm already looking to new businesses that's coming up.
Yeah.
What I need to put in.
Bro,
Yeah.
speaking of gas, real quick, what do you think of drill baby drill?
What do you mean? Like,
Drilling on local property. So like the US is always up and down of whether we're doing fracking or taking advantage of natural gas and energy here in the United States. What are your thoughts on that?
oh man, I mean, as I would think that as humans in general, man, we take advantage of all the things, right?
Yeah.
Meat is just a resource, one of those things, right?
Hmm.
Uh, now the government's pushing electric vehicles to everybody,
Right.
and we always think people are jump on electric cars, the new change.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're forcing everything made green. Maybe have you ever thought maybe they're trying to control us? If you're sitting in an electric car, they can do something with the car, right? Not in a gas car. That's one
Yeah.
thing. And also, uh, uh, they will have more control on every single thing you do. I mean, you're sitting in the car already. Remember the little Alexa thing? People saying Alexa can hear. Now you figure you're sitting in a car that could possibly be controlled by the government. You go on the internet, you do this. Who knows? They can put cameras onto these screens and watch what you
Yeah.
say, what you do.
And they don't need your GPS anymore. If they
Yeah,
if you get into some stuff, they want to track your whereabouts. They've been watching you the whole time
yeah,
from
yeah.
satellite
Those
data.
things, yeah, I think that thing makes a big play into it. Because other than that, they try to tell people, oh, you're going to save money on gas. I mean, electric cars, insurances are high, right? Insurances are high. Second thing, you're always constantly stopping to charge a car. I know a couple of, hey man, I can't come here. I gotta pull over and charge a vehicle for a quick second,
Yeah.
quick 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole thing where people, the governments have said that it's bad, the gas is bad, for the ozone layers. Let me ask somebody this: if nobody has ever measured the area of the earth to say that this is how bad gas is messing the ozone layer compared to the electric, messing up the ozone layer. If you cannot compare to both, you really cannot tell the people to do as you want when you don't have the right, right sort of numbers, right? Right? You walk and you ride a bike because you feel like you walk and it's going to get you there slower, right? So you ride a bike is going to get you there faster, right? But you can compare how many minutes faster or how many slower you're going to get. How can you compare how much bad gas or electric is doing to the ozone layer? If you can't measure that, there's no way you can tell the regular people, hey, you should have electric cars.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, that's a fair point, and there's a couple others you could make too. Is like, okay, if you're saying that humans' footprint on whatever, we're doing too much exhaust from auto vehicles or whatever, and it's causing this degradation of our ozone layer or global warming. It's contributing to global warming. I'm pretty sure the actual math says that it contributes like less than 1% to the actual degradation and the actual global warming. So what's really causing it? They're not even talking about that. There's never ever a conversation outside of cars and gas that they talk about. Oh, that's also causing global warming, because the same people that are trying to persuade everybody that this issue is an issue at all are the ones that are investing in the opposing economy. So to me, the electric vehicle thing, alternate energy sources such as solar power, solar and wind is an absolute joke. Obviously, solar for your home can produce a little bit, but then what's the cost of producing that solar panel? How do you dispose of it? They have absolutely no way to dispose of solar panels that's green.
Them things go bad all the time. After a couple of years sitting in the sun, they should go bad.
And so the life length of the life cycle of a solar panel, what is that? And then what do you do with it when it's gone? Because you can't just throw shit into a landfill. What do you do with it? There's no proper and clean way to dispose of it once it no longer has its use. They haven't even come up with a way of recycling them into another useful technology or something like that. Like plastics and aluminums and other metals can be repurposed. Cardboard can be repurposed. All these other things have a whole other system of use for them, which helps the economy in other ways, as well as less production of new products. So I don't know. The conversation is interesting in general, but I don't think I think that the whole alternative fuel, alternative energy sources is just a whole group of people trying to create an opposing economics to the oil industry, which the oil industry runs deep and has um, hundreds plus years of legacy of really running shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah. You go to Dubai, you see all of those places there,
yeah,
and it can't, why is gas only expensive in California? The gas, you go to the other states, not expensive at all.
yeah,
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, over here, they're trying to regulate something because, oh, gas is so high, is why people are buying electric cars.
yeah,
If the gas is not high, not even one person will buy the electric car today.
yep,
Because of the discomfort it gives you. Of I met somebody at my temple, came in, and then he looked at me and he said, "Oh, that's a new car you buy." No, and sorry, I'm doing it.
yeah,
New car, Vikram, you buy? And I said, "Yeah, yeah, uncle, I bought a new car. I bought it for commuting. I bought and
Oh
I
my God.
bought a Camry
yeah,
because I drive one location to the other gas station to the temple.
yeah,
Now it's been 1 year. I put 42,000 miles on my
yeah.
car.
See, I've had my car for 7 years. You got more miles than me already, bro.
So now, so the man, I bought a Toyota Camry. I was like, dude, it's been a peace of mind. I can pick up this car today and go to New York
Yeah,
and
yeah,
come back without a mind in my thought what I need to do,
yep.
outside.
You
And
don't have to plan your trip around charging
no, you don't
stations
have to.
because
And then
there's gas industries out there.
right. And he mentioned that, his Tesla had an issue and it took him forever to get a hold of
Yeah,
somebody to come, and you can't just take it to anybody.
yep,
But electric devices are very, very, we like to go to people that made them.
yeah,
When if, like a car dealership, let's say you go to car, you have a Toyota like myself,
hmm,
and let's say if you go to fix something in the car, uh, you can go to a local mechanic. This
right,
is Toyota. You understand people might not know too much of it, but you guys know lightweight of it.
yeah,
Tesla, you'll be afraid. Hey, even if he's gonna fix the door handle, I don't know what if he does something wrong in the system, and now what's gonna do is might glitch the whole
yeah.
system,
So you got to take it back to Tesla. You have no
and
choice.
you have no choice.
Yeah.
You
I
have
was
no.
I was thinking of like what happens in a few years when these vehicles, people outgrow them or they start to fade away. It's not like the Camry where it's like, hey, I got a used Camry. It's 10 years old. It's 200,000 miles. It's still good for another 200,000 more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
With the
yeah,
Tesla, we don't know, or with the other Rivian or whatever other electric vehicles are popping up. What's going to be the resale value?
yeah. There's not
You know?
funny you say that. There's an older lady that comes to the Arco gas station, puts gas. She has a 1993 Toyota Camry till this day.
Yes.
Wow.
And she has maybe about 20,000 miles on that car.
Wow.
She literally drives it just around town
Yeah, hell yeah.
in a 4 mile
It's
radius.
clean as hell, isn't it?
It's clean. It's
She got
black.
Beanie Babies in the back window and shit.
She's very old, like a grandma.
Yeah.
And she's done so many offers on that car.
Yeah, I bet.
Like, I don't want to sell. Nobody, everybody wants to buy my car.
Yep.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, that's why my miles are so low. Before coming to LA, I had the car I got right now, Durango RT, so it's got a V8, so gas guzzling. But
Nice.
I bought it with 30,000. I had it for 3 years up there. In that 3 year period, I put 10,000 on it.
Wow.
I've been here since September. Already put 10,000 more. That's LA though. That'll get you.
That's LA though, man. Where
Yeah.
is San Pedro in LA?
In
Tell
the
me.
LA Harbor.
It's by Long Beach.
Long
Yep.
Beach.
So it's the opposite part of
Oh,
the LA Harbor. You cross the bridge, you go through Terminal Island, and you're in Long
okay.
Beach. So it's the other side. It's real blue collar refineries. They got a huge port. A lot of the cruises that go out
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
LA, it's right
Yeah, I've
there.
been I've been to on Queen Mary. They had a few
So
little
the
Queen
Queen
Mary,
Mary's
yep.
right there. If I go down the hill, I could see it.
in Riverside. When I stayed in
Yeah,
Riverside, we used to come out to Long Beach area
yeah.
there.
This
Uh,
San
quite a
Pedro's a
lot.
pretty
LA,
cool.
Hollywood, yeah.
I like it. It's old. You go into the town part, it's real old. You go one side and it's like the coastal. That's where I'm living,
Yeah,
and
nice,
just walk outside, see the ocean, see the Catalina Islands. Like
nice.
walking through a cloud in the middle of June. Hella,
Uh,
hella nice. Um, Down the street, you got the Trump golf course. and a couple other things. Like a lot of people go up to this one lighthouse area, and on the
Okay.
top of the hill, they got this thing like a Korean bell. You see a lot of people taking photos there. It's like a popular site for people to come visit when they come into the ocean.
Nice,
So
man.
some pretty neat historic pieces of this section of the
Right.
world, you know. And then I grew up there in the Bay Area in Concord with Shawn and everything. So I left for the Air Force back in
Where'd
2004.
you go to high school?
Concord High.
Conquer High.
Going to
Yeah.
Ignition Valley High.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
YB. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And
Just
me
over
and
there.
Vic, we went to DVC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played football for YB.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we
Nice.
won the championship. We used to beat everybody but De La Salle.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
the
you
guy.
guys were in your own different league. You were in a different division.
Yeah.
We played in Mount Diablo. Um, who else?
Olympic,
On the Creek, Deer Valley, all
Mhm.
those schools and stuff. Concord
Alhambra.
High sucked. Concord High sucked.
Concord.
Bro, listen, Vic. Our football team didn't even have a playbook. I played 2 years. We didn't have a playbook.
Wow.
We had to
What
put
are you
our
gonna do
own
with that?
coach in.
We didn't.
No,
We didn't.
no,
no, the
Josh.
coach's kids played.
We used to wear
No,
more.
but we
kids
had to
than
put our
now
own
than
coach
they
in now.
did.
Doesn't EJ coach over there now?
No, he's doing little leagues now.
Okay.
Yeah, our homie from the neighborhood. He's a little league coach now.
Who?
Our homie EJ. He's
I know a
yeah.
guy named Ali Jana. He's also a little coach over there.
Yeah. I got a couple of friends that stayed in the community and now, you know, that I played high school football with or played in the streets growing up with that, you know, it's a lot of fun. When you're a kid, you really enjoy that sport. It teaches you a lot. It's tough. It requires athleticism and teamwork, and you learn a lot of
That's
good
true.
foundational principles if you have a good environment around you. Or you
Yeah.
don't, or you get bad lessons and you learn from that too. But a lot of the guys I know stuck around to coach high school and junior college and little leagues in the area. So it's good. We need good people out there to
Yeah.
guide the kids, you know.
That's so true, man.
Yeah,
Kids,
yeah.
the kids need those positive influences. My baseball coaches growing up, I played 9 years of little league baseball. They were always good coaches, you know. I appreciated they taught me a lot about discipline, being ready, paying attention because I played the outfield. If you're out there spacing out, you hear that crack. Oh, wake up. Let's go.
Wake up.
Exactly. But yeah, man, it's a good to learn about you, brother, and hear your story and everything. What are your hopes for the future? Aside from the temple and things, you know, what are your hopes from for the future?
Oh man, I'm looking into a newer business. I'm going into looking into like hotel
Nice.
is my next venture. You know, that's what I'm looking at. And also, you know, my current businesses, I'm trying to grow those as well.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you want to have one business and you want to have more businesses inside that business if you
Yeah.
can. You know, for myself, like if I have a store, I'm adding I don't know if you heard of crispy, crunchy chicken in there. So
Hey, how is that?
That's
I've been wanting.
like a food vending business that
no, that's
partners
a
with yours.
KFC. I'm adding a KFC inside the gas station.
Oh, excellent, excellent.
Yeah, so we're gonna prepare the food there. I'm getting all new ovens. I'm getting permitted like the hood, and so but we're doing it pretty legit style where you know there's a big hat court, you know, where the big oven is. Well, as soon as you walk inside the station, and then you'll see three drop down menus right by the cashier till.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then that should you know put up more revenue into the business.
No, that's excellent.
You know, yeah. You know, if you have one location, try to have 3 spots of earning money.
Right.
You know, my one side we do
Diversify.
we do a lot of propane. My first gas station, we do a lot of 5-gallon propane.
Yep.
You
The
would not
barbecue.
believe our month sales just of propane a month
That's right.
$1,000.
Bro, it's gonna be crazy this month
This
for
4th of July.
Yeah.
We tear it up.
You got enough propane over there? Should we go drill,
every
baby,
day.
drill?
Every day. Come on. Yeah.
That's
You
what's
would
up.
not believe it. It's something so small. And now what happened before we were doing sales from a 500-gallon tank, probably about 28,000 a month. And then I converted that into a 1,000-gallon tank for free. Only cost me $2,200.
That's dope.
That $2,200, went from $28,000 a month sales to $50,000 around just from propane.
60% increase.
Your gas sales are separate. Okay. Your gas sales are separate. Your inside store sales are different.
Mm-hmm.
Sales are separate.
Yeah.
Then you got propane sales. You pay off your bills from one or two things. The third thing, you keep that into your pocket.
You know what, Vic? Listening to you explain that, I feel like a lot because I have a degree in management as well, and I'm starting my own business, and I'm learning as I go, coaching and leadership. And well, the thing I'm learning is a lot of people that I'm networking with, they're intimidated by the accounting and tax portion of having a business.
Yeah, they
You know
are.
what I mean? Because you just explained like, hey, this is my different pockets of money. So my brain is looking at mentally putting that into like a accounting sheet or some shit,
Yeah. You put three different things, man.
Yeah.
You buy your vehicle, you put it under your business. You buy your home, you do your phone bills, put it underneath your business.
Yeah.
Okay. But let your business earn money. Do not make your business even. There's a lot of people, and I'll tell you, and I know somebody. I don't want to put anybody's name.
Yeah.
And this guy had restaurants, and he's making money from these restaurants. What he did, he would not show the income, just not to pay the tax. Yes, you know what I call that? Short-term gain.
Right.
Why? Because 3 years you work in that restaurant, you're making money, you're not showing money, but you're saving that money into your pocket, right? Hey, at the end of the day, I got $20,000 I made from the restaurant a month. It's cool, man. I'm making, or $15,000. You've saved the extra 5,000 that you don't want to spend.
Right.
Okay, yes, I'm saving that money. Guess what it's doing? You're not able to out there grow your business because tomorrow, if your business shows good income, you can get a loan for a second business based on showing how you run this business.
Right. It demonstrates growth and
I come to you and I say, hey, give me $10 for a new business, and you say, let me take a look at your first business. Hey, the first business, you're just breaking even.
Mm-hmm.
You're not even making money. So how can I give you money to make sure you'll pay me my money when you're not even making money for yourself?
Hell yeah. Hey, Sean, you're gonna like this one. Well, Vic, what do you think about this line always say about business or hustle, whatever? It's you gotta spend money to make money.
You got to spend money to make money. I don't agree with that a lot of times.
Okay. So it's not universal.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on it?
You got to spend money to make money. You got to spend money to make money. So there's two, what I think of this. Initial, it's kind of like you have to initially put money in to open a business, right? Okay. Now you have to make an analysis how your business is going, right? There's a lot of people, let me put money into this business, it might grow, right? That part of money, I don't agree putting into the business. I'd rather take that business money and buy a second business.
Right.
You're not putting all your eggs in one basket, right?
Yep.
So if you have some money, man, first of all, like I said, don't go into a business where you have to, your operation costs are high. If your operations costs are low, you'll be able to survive. For example, if for example yourself, if you're doing your business, you're doing an operations cost business where your inputs are very low because you have a source of income that's coming from your Air Force, right?
That's right.
You got money coming in, and all I'm doing is taking that money, putting into small business. It might make money for myself. That's a good trend. Now you need to know into your business how you are running and how you are expecting to grow that business based on the money you're thinking about putting money into it. So a lot of people say, hey, it takes money to make money. It is. That is true to a point, but not every time it's correct. That's such a very big, analysis on that. You got to have money to buy something, but don't get it confused when you buy the business. Don't put money into it, but think about that to buy another business. Same thing. I used to tell people, hey, I want to do 30% down in a house. Why do 30? Do 215s, get 2 houses, buy one, rent the other one out.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's scary for a lot of people, right? People are afraid, I think, to make these kind of large commitments.
Yeah, I mean, and it happens, and and that's natural, right? When people
Yeah.
are work hard for their job, they work for their money. They're scared. What happens? They're
Yeah.
scared, and I think it's just lack of knowledge. A lot of time people don't have.
Yeah. So you did when you got into this stuff, is it franchising in a way?
No, the
No.
good thing is that it's not. But I'm in a good position for myself.
Hmm.
So I know there's businesses out there where people, for example, like a Subway would be, or a
Right.
name another franchise,
Yeah.
anything, like uh, uh,
Starbucks or In and Out, any of that.
they don't do franchise,
In and
not
Out doesn't.
they
No.
very rarely.
Yeah.
Something like would be like a pizza place, or
Right.
uh, like a pizza place, right?
Or 7-Eleven.
Like a Little Caesars.
Yeah.
Little Caesars, right? Now, Little Caesars or 7-Eleven, you have Little Caesars. Yeah, you're making good money if you are going into the business, but you are renting the place. You
Yeah.
don't own property on those. Now you have to obey by what the franchise tells you.
Hmm.
Now, 7-Eleven, come to 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven with grocery store. 7-Eleven is the number one grocery chain in the world.
Yep.
We all, right? As for an owner, a lot of times people buy 7-Elevens, they need to know what the cut is, right? They take money off of that,
Hmm.
right? I actually got approved by 7-Eleven to open a franchise, and I canceled. I revoked my own self after
Why?
because of the percentage cuts. They were saying if I own a property of the business, their cut would be 25%. If I
Mm.
did not own the property, it'd be 45%. It'd be higher. Okay.
Jeez.
So now I bought my gas stations, my gas stations, I own the properties on both of those. Along with that, the stores itself, I made those into a corporations, separate entities.
I got you.
Station.
So you got the fuels one business and the groceries another.
No. Per location.
Oh,
Location.
gotcha. Location.
Location, yeah. So my mobile brand is under the company Vallejo Petroleum Inc.
Mm.
So now on that Vallejo Petroleum Inc., I have the business, but the property itself I own.
Yeah.
So what it happens is my business pays me rent every month.
Hmm.
Right now, when I own my own property, I have the leisure to make the building as I please because it'll be in my benefit.
Right.
Right. Gas station, the C stores, my luck was when I purchased these stores, the gas station was not branded as far as these stores are concerned. The store is not. So
Right.
Arco AMPM is two different companies.
Hmm.
Arco is a separate company. AMPM is a separate company. They have just made it together where they work together.
A partnership.
Right now, AMPM controls everything that you do inside the store, maybe about 80% of it. Right?
Yeah.
And then they take a certain amount of cut, 5%, 6% a month. Okay. My Arcos, I don't pay any cut. I own the property. My inside store is completely private. You
Nice.
come up to my gas station, you will not know. You'll think it's the AMPM.
Yeah.
So I have that image that you coming in, you walk inside Macy's, but it's not Macy's.
Right.
But and 99% of the time people don't think, oh,
Yeah.
because it looks like AMPM. Big site, I have a 2-acre property.
Hmm.
Looking store, and I run it very professional. I don't try to run it as like a mom and pop.
Right.
I have uniforms I have protocols, I have logs, I have, things you need to do. I have vendors coming in. We have new things always happening. I'm adding a Amazon locker outside for the community where they're getting their stuff taken away. They can come in there free service.
Nice.
24 hours a day, now enhance a little bit on the coffee area. Every little niche helps, dude.
I like it.
And the last thing is that one of the things is I'm allowed to sell liquor at my Arco.
Yeah.
Because I have my liquor license.
Nice.
No Arco AMPM has liquor.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we
See,
have that.
because you followed the chart, bro.
Yeah, follow the chart,
You gotta follow the chart. I love it.
That's how, and you have to take it seriously. And when you do that seriously, man, your money will be good and you can invest money everywhere else,
Yeah, that's dope, man. No, a lot to take away from that, and I hope people are, gonna listen and that are thinking about businesses and whatever they might be, and can take a lot from your story there and how you operate things and how you explain, how to
Everything.
shake
And
some
it's the
stuff up.
business. And, today I'll show you. I bought Eddie Murphy's dad's house,
Oh, wow.
and that's where I'm at.
Oh, that's dope.
Now I'm gonna sell this house, make a little bit more money on it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
buy it, even though I've been in this house for only 7 months.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Just so you stay and then you go, you build it up, and then you
Yeah.
put it back on the market.
Because I moved down here because to set up my businesses.
Right.
7 months, you have to be around the business, right? When you're working. So
Mhm.
we moved down here and 7 months ago, and now businesses are all set up. Everything is good.
Yeah.
Now I got another venture to accomplish, the temple, and I want to go into the hotel business. So now I need to be somewhere down there,
So you're gonna follow the money.
all of the money, along with my
Money,
family.
money
They all
talks.
want to follow with me. I just moved in. It's a pretty big house with a lot of furniture in here.
Yeah.
So it's so 7 months in, now we got to move everybody out.
Hell yeah. That's just staying on the go, but that
Yeah.
it makes it work, right?
Because I'm not settled. I feel like, I've not accomplished anything yet.
Mm.
Like I told you in the beginning, all these business, even if I have the house, we have the gas station, I have the car. It's not paid off.
Yeah, yeah.
Making payments on it. So anything can go down at any time.
Yeah, and you still have to stay on the grind, not get complacent.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I think a lot of people do. They're like, "Oh, I made it. I've arrived." Even in a smaller scale, just in their work as they progress to that, "Oh, I'm the manager now. Oh, I'm this and that. I've made it. I've arrived. I've promoted to the next rank." Oh,
Dude, I
you
can
gotta
retire
grind.
today if I want, and my kids in the future will not have to work if I want, as of today. But
Right.
I keep that mindset in my mind. That's not the way it's gonna work.
Right.
Got to work like it's not. You have something to prove. Right?
Yeah. That's true. And what that does is when, let's just say, the world goes through something, there's some securities there for your family.
Yeah.
So the challenges they may face, they might need to rely on that. You might set them up for that. You know what I mean?
And if you have the knowledge, do it. And
Yeah.
you have the capability to do it. Leave something, man, for yourself, for your kids to make that legacy, man. If it's not created already, make that change in your own family, and people know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. One more business question, and then I think we can ship over to some current events. And for both of you guys, have you ever heard of the Chambers of Commerce?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have either of you ever been there, gone to a Chamber of Commerce meeting, or really kind of followed closely on how they impact communities? And if for Vic on your side, have you participated in those at any of your locations?
One time I did.
Yeah.
It was in Pittsburgh a long time ago.
Hmm.
Recently, I've not done it. I'm just so busy.
Yeah.
And the businesses, gas station business, they're running. They make
Right.
money no matter what, because they're essential.
Yeah.
You don't have 100 people come, you'll have 50 people come. As long as you hit your margins, you're good.
Right.
So with that being said, when I did create it I did join the Chamber of Commerce when I initially went into the business.
Yeah.
Just so that way I can get my name out there and tell people what we're doing, even though I had a liquor store, with my father.
Right.
It doesn't matter, any little business. You might meet somebody and shake a hand.
Yep.
That might, ignite a conversation, or you don't know, you might open up something of a whole new thought process, right?
Correct.
Never really got into the gas station by just thinking, oh, I'm going to buy one today.
Yeah.
Obviously you meet people, you hear people's stories, and good people who are genuine people who you think who can tell you good information. You want to keep those people around.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I met you today now, through Shawn. You and I are friends.
Yep.
Tomorrow you make a move or anything like that. If hey, Vic, I'm thinking this. What do you think? Do you think this is the right idea?
Right.
I'm like, hey, you know what? I don't know, but I know somebody who does know. That's how we need to be with
Yeah.
each other. Yeah.
Shawn, I know a guy, right?
Yeah.
I know a guy.
I know that, yeah.
Got it.
Sean, have you ever
Be part of the Chamber of Commerce? Yeah. If you're initially starting off,
Mhm.
and you're going to be, especially going in the city, of course,
Yep. Large industries, large communities, even smaller ones. I've gone to a few, especially up there in the Bay Area. and just been around folks that are involved in that. You can see the power of connections, you know. I think
Definitely.
the power of connection is important. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to be the expert in everything. And if your network is strong, then like they say, your net worth is your network, or your
Yeah.
network is your net worth. So don't put yourself on an island. But yeah, I think that was pretty neat. Hey, you guys, let's take a short break, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about some current events. We good? All right, we're back from a break. We're gonna jump into some current events. Obviously, the most recent one, I think, as of this day of this recording, June 30th, was the presidential debate. So, what are you guys' thoughts? How did I know you both watched it. What were your
I
initial
didn't get a
thoughts?
chance to watch it. I
Oh,
was with my parents,
oh, so
but
you
I
just
did see
got
a couple
updates from our text messages.
of, yeah, a little bit. I've seen where Biden was not, couldn't speak. And,
Yeah.
that right there kind of tells us that he's not running the country. There's somebody else behind him
Good
that's
point.
dictating as saying everything. And he's been told what to say.
Mm,
Because when you have somebody's speech, and if there's any sort of a disruption, there's disruption, and if the words don't match, it's probably because they've been told to say that, right?
yeah.
And,
Did you guys think he had an earpiece in, and somebody was telling him what to say in the
I don't think
background?
no.
I
That'd be
think he's
funny.
just like, it's just the
It's
wear
funny when
tear,
he was
bro.
listening to Donald
It's
Trump
just
when he's like, the eye up.
it's just,
Right.
he just he's mad old, bro. He's 81
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah, it was a crazy event. I'd been watching people's thoughts and perspectives, even the day of, up to now. It's been a handful of days, like 4 or 5 days since the debate. You know what I mean? But
it
people are
was it
still
was
going off.
it was super funny to me.
Yeah,
Like I went back and kind of like watched some of the shit. I was like, yo, Trump is so like ready for it. Like
yeah,
Yeah, he's
he
ready.
he didn't miss an opportunity. Like any chance he got, like even when he wasn't being funny, the shit what he was saying, it was bars.
yeah,
Well, he knew what he was saying. He knew what he was saying, and
yeah.
And the whole
Definitely
golf thing, bro, yeah, it was too funny.
the golf. I was like, why are you still going on about this? It was a huge
He was like, I
mistake.
just won two.
Yeah,
And he
back to
said that
back.
that ain't the senior shit either.
Yeah, back to back champ over here. It was like watching a pro wrestling monologue,
Yeah.
like Hulk Hogan versus Randy Savage or something. You know, it was a trip.
Oh my god. The battle of senior citizens.
Yeah, I think that it's an interesting time because one of the
Yo, grandpa's gone wild.
two grumpy old men, that old movie from the '90s,
Grumpy grandpas.
the guys had that chance to get on the world stage and like show their side of things for each candidate representing the major parties. Do you guys think it tipped the scales one way or the other for the American people?
For sure.
Okay, which way?
yeah,
Like I feel like people who didn't vote for Trump are actually gonna vote for him this time.
Hmm.
The first time when they were against him, this time because the choice, if that's the only two choices you got, and your current boys like actually needs a chair
yeah.
to sit down.
Hmm.
It's like you are if that's the only options you got, bro. Of course, it's like
Yeah,
I think that the past, how he handled the the COVID area, the COVID era a little bit, and then how now he was not up for putting the wall up. Remember the wall?
yeah,
Now you see a lot of people migrating, just coming over by thousands,
yeah,
and that right there is gonna be. That's one of the points where people are not gonna vote for Biden anymore. They don't
yeah.
agree with that. And
Yeah, it's
also,
weird.
how they spend the money with these wars.
Yeah,
Yeah, how does government get their money? They get them from the taxpayers, right? So that's why
yeah.
the interest rates are not going to go down, because the government spending has not gone down.
well, yeah, the taxation is getting worse, and the party line on one side is And the taxation of the American people is a big issue that I care about a lot. I feel like we are overtaxed to the crazy amount. I mean, think about it like this. They tax your income, you know, they tax you to live in the house that you live in or rent the place you live in. They tax you to
Mm-hmm.
drive on the street that your taxes paid for. Tax you to cross the bridge, and then they make you pay a toll to cross that same bridge that your taxes paid for. You know what I mean? It's
And
just
they
like
have no employees at the bridge anymore. I miss
and
those
it
guys.
never ends, bro. Like they tax you to buy a beverage that is bottled in a plastic bottle or a can, and they still just send in money wherever they want, even though a great majority of the people don't agree with the
Yeah.
things that they're investing time and money into. It
Now,
just
uh,
never ends. And they tax you when you freaking die, man. Like you're dead and they're still taxing you, bro. Like it costs your money. It costs your family money. If you leave this world with assets,
yeah,
they,
yeah. I was
they
just
try to
gonna
come
get to
for
that.
them.
Yeah,
Try to
yeah.
come
You
for them as
gotta,
much as they can.
yeah, you got. That's why, and that's another, point of discussion. Where how you would you want to build if you have your kids that you're leaving on, and you're leaving them properties, or you're leaving them a little chunk of your business, then how do you want to make sure that it's beneficial for them, and they
Yeah,
don't have to go through the struggle? Because I know there's people that have made numerous, court visits just so they can get the property that was, handed down from their parents.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, they don't make that shit easy.
Yeah, you got to you got to be on top of all of this stuff. And when you're not
yeah,
on top of this stuff, you can work hard, you can do this, you can do that,
yeah.
but
The government's gonna take it.
they're gonna take it, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Now,
I think that's a big issue for
yeah,
me and for a lot of people. And what I can say is I think that that is one of the issues that during high costs, the economy when the economy is not doing good for the people, like it's not like our economy's tanking. We're not totally, crushed. America's still operating, but it's costing the American people a lot of money to do daily things and things like that. People are over that crap. But the other
yeah,
issues I think that lean different ways is it seems like still uh, Donald Trump's got an unpopular stance on abortion, right? I think the majority of people in the country still lean the other way with abortion. They believe in Wade versus Roe, um, and they're upset that it was, you know, overruled or overturned. I'm sorry. And I think that for that side, people that are anti-Trump are opposite on that issue. It seems
yeah,
for the most part. That one's pretty
yeah,
clear cut. The other things, like you'd mentioned, the border, I don't think that I don't think that was an issue that is debatable. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's,
Yeah.
you saw the part of the debate where that came up was just like um, the president said something, and then Donald Trump's like, "I don't understand anything he just said, and I don't think he did either." He's like,
I,
"What?"
I seen that part.
I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is going bad." I
Yeah.
just feel like his advisors should
Dang.
have told him, "Don't do this debate." But
Yeah, that makes us look bad in front of the other countries, that these are the people that are actually running our place and
agreed.
calling us, because
Yeah.
you see, even Kim Jong Un, you see, and
Yep.
all those guys, they look stern. You know what I mean?
Oh,
They're on
there.
top of this stuff.
No,
They
there.
know.
There was an article I read this morning when I woke up, and it had audio and video of Putin talking about the debate, and they're already using it as their world platform, to show to poke at America and show that we're getting weak or something like that. So yeah, we got to be better than this in order
Yeah,
to keep that strength in the world eyes. But the end of the debate is kind of the hot topic that I want to talk about. I want you guys to see this because I asked if you had seen what happened after the debate was over, and I didn't even see it until the next day. And I woke up and I was just checking in on stuff, and somebody shared it, and I was like, "Holy crap, this is bad." So the debate ends, the recording's over, and that's me setting the stage. I want to show you guys what happened on that. So let me pull that up on here, make sure the audio is shareable, and then I'll press play. All right. Can you guys see this screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Let me know if if you can hear the audio. I don't know who published this. I just pulled it off YouTube. So let's check it out. So this is after the debate is already over. I don't know if there is any audio, but look at Trump just marching off. Right? He's walking on his own.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to go hit some balls at the golf course.
Yeah, he's out.
You know what I mean?
He just
normal.
dropped the mic.
But on the other side, like, this is it. This is the image.
Yeah, he's like, am I gonna step on this thing?
Yeah, and then he walks all the way over. I don't know how to get rid of this other crap.
Oh my God,
see,
he looked like he skipped a step.
3 steps he had to have his wife help him down from. It's like, you know what I mean? What do you guys think when you see that?
Senior citizen.
Yeah. It just confirms that, you know what, he's been told.
Bro, he should be at the IHOP getting the senior citizen
by
discount.
everybody else. Obama is the one that's kind of giving them all the things what to say, and you know that's what I kind of believe.
All I know is
because-
he gets a
yeah.
lot of discount at IHOP, and he should take advantage of it.
I don't think he needs the discounts at IHOP. His personal chef might hook him up.
Bro, 55 and up menu go crazy. It's really
no
healthy.
doubt.
You can't drive, but you can go to the country.
Actually, funny story is he was at the Waffle House like the day before or the day after. Literally at the Waffle House and wherever they were doing that. I think it was in Georgia where they were doing the CNN debate.
That's where there's a lot of Waffle Houses out.
Yeah, it was hella funny, man. Hella funny. Yeah, this that was going on. The world of sports has, of course, LeBron James. He's changing his contract. He turned down his $51 million, and he said he's open to taking a pay cut. They just drafted his son to the Lakers. He's open to take a pay cut so that they can, pay some other players to maybe help them stay or bring in some other players. So to me, it sounds like he's going to try to influence the team to try to go for a trophy in his last year or two while his son's out.
Of course. Yeah,
you guys think about that?
Yeah, I think that's true. I think that's true as well. Yeah, he wants, first player to have to play with his son. And how would it be if he were to win the championship with him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be pretty dope. It's an interesting story no matter what. But I think that I wasn't expecting him to turn down the contract as well. So that one kind of surprised me a little bit. I was like, oh, okay. Because I just felt like, it was just about him playing with his son. I thought that was it. But now we'll see what happens in a week or two. If they bring anybody in or they land, where they land on that side of things. But I thought I was surprised to see that because I thought their team wasn't good enough to win a championship.
Yeah, I think Klay Thompson is going to go to the Mavericks.
That's what they're talking about. Yeah, the Warriors dynasty's breaking down. But he'll be a good player for wherever he goes. His defense was always his strength. After his Achilles, his defense and his offense were a little inconsistent, and it's hard to overcome, And I think they'll see some changes in that landscape as well.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting.
Right.
It'll be definitely interesting. It's changing times out there.
I think Bronny's going to get the starting role.
You think he's going to start?
I think so.
I don't know. I might have to disagree with you on that one. I think he's going to be a bench player. I don't know, because he just wasn't a very good college athlete.
Oh, I thought I heard that thing on the ESPN. There was somebody saying, he might be starting. I don't know.
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if he pulls it off, but he'd have to earn that part, I think. The players that they have on there are pretty good in the point guard position, so we'll see.
Watch him get in a fight with his dad. Like, shut the fuck up, Dad.
He'll pull a Kyle. You don't tell me what to do, Dad. I don't work for you. Kind of.
Yeah, Dad, I'm open, Dad.
Yep. Shawn, are you going to be an A's fan when they move to Vegas?
Yeah.
You staying with them? I mean, you got the Vegas picture right behind you, so.
Yeah, we in here.
Yeah. The Raiders moved to Vegas. Now the The A's are moving to Vegas. The Warriors moved
Vegas is
over to.
just our backyard, you know.
That's what I say, man. It's like California Plus. That's what I
Yeah,
call Vegas.
exactly. We go there sometimes when we get bored over here.
Everybody's there from California 90% of the time.
Yeah, it's like you dip and
90%
go.
of everybody's there.
Yeah, Vegas is popular for us over here. It's a drive away, easy kill.
What's up with the cricket thing though?
What
I
about it?
heard
The
I
cricket
heard
match?
India got the championship.
Yeah, they got the World Cup.
Oh, they won the World Cup?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's cool.
Indians, they love their cricket, bro.
Well, they hosted it in the United States this year. The World Cup was in a couple different cities in the United States. I saw. Did they
Yeah,
move?
few of them. Yeah, I think they're gonna start maybe doing that now. Start
Yeah.
making it into a actual support out here.
Yeah, it was
Or-
pretty neat. I think what we talked about it on one of our shows, Sean, right?
Mhm.
Who did the US beat?
I think they beat Pakistan like a
Pakistan.
week ago.
Oh yeah. They beat Pakistan. That was a big deal in the cricket world.
Yeah. Oh,
They
to the
beat their
Pakistan,
cousins.
especially because a lot of these players they have jobs
Yeah.
in the USA, and then they play this. The other team is my primary.
Engineers.
A lot of people are, wow, man, these are their part-time gig, and you guys still lose to them.
Yep. That's funny. Yeah, I think the sport is a pretty interesting sport. I'd love to see more of it as it grows as well. It's hella funny. Hey Sean, what's going on with music, man? You heard any new stories coming out from the music world? Obviously, the ongoing Diddy shenanigans.
No, Diddy.
My wife told me that there was an article said Diddy just got married.
Did he? Oh shit! I'm surprised. Who married Diddy, bro?
I don't know.
I mean, they don't know he be, putting the beat down.
Yeah, that's like,
Yeah,
yeah, you gotta be crazy in the head or something after seeing all the footage and all the like. Maybe Diddy had.
I think it's just a rumor. I was just laughing because I was like, hell no. I think it was like he's like in his mid-50s, bro. I don't
like
think
now in the middle of him going to jail and shit. He's like, hey, on the way, real quick.
You think he'll ever recover?
Nah, bro.
It's over.
No, not after that whole video and shit,
Yeah.
Plus all kinds of bro, it's always, ever since Tupac said, I thought when I first came out, it was just about Biggie, but now it's about Diddy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he said, well, whoever bad boy, Tupac knew something, bro. So since then, since 96, it's not looking good for Diddy, man.
Yeah.
Well, I
And
mean,
catches up, man.
I think the true character of the man has remained. It didn't stop him from becoming wealthy. It didn't stop his good ideas and the people trying to pair up with him and ride the fame to fortune,
Yeah, the power is evil though. You get a little power, and then now you have to make decisions with that power.
Well, I just see these guys fall for the trap of behaving like a mafia, They get in there to do mobster type of shit. They hold things over. They leverage things against people. They do harm against people. They take advantage of people's weaknesses, and for their own personal and financial gains. And it just comes back to get them. You know what I mean? Yeah, he didn't get married. It was a rumor.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's why I was like, I can't even believe that, bro.
You can't believe that one.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar's been out and about filming his music video so he can I don't know, further kill Drake and the beef.
I heard there's gonna be a remix with Dr. Dre and Mustard with Snoop Dogg and.
Oh really? The West Coast remix?
Yeah. But I'm tired of that shit now.
It got played out already, huh?
Yeah.
I think the concert killed it, right?
It's bro, it's hard to enjoy that shit over and over.
At the end of the day, it matters, in your guys' business, who makes more money.
Yeah.
And who's known more. Yeah, you killed one song, doesn't really mean you killed his career, dude. That dude, that man is going anywhere. He can go to Japan right now, have a sold out concert,
Yeah, but I think it definitely is going to hurt his bottom line because you got 40 million people in California. Ain't none of them messing with Drake no more.
No.
It don't matter what side of the fence they were on before, or they were
Yeah.
bumping his stuff. They're not doing it no more.
Yo, the funniest thing I seen about that is this dude. You know how the hook goes like, "They not like us. They not like us,"
Uh-huh.
right? There's a couple of white dudes. They made a song like, "Hey, bro, you like us? You like us?"
I love it. Yeah, they've been getting him, man. He's still getting it. There was a concert. He's out and doing his thing. He's trying to move on, but yeah, Drake's gonna. I
Yeah, I
don't
mean
know.
he's got hella money, so it's like it's not like he's starving or nothing, but it's like it fucks up
Yeah,
his
bro.
days or when he's out and about, somebody's just
You know
like
what
all
else
in his
he's
face.
got though? He's got hella ego. So when your
Nah.
ego is so high and you're on top of the world and you're on top of the game,
Yeah, that's a bad
and a
one.
real one
Yeah.
comes out and he kneecaps you, that's a hard ego check because you fell here, but your
Hmm.
ego's still up here. So
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's going to be the most interesting thing. How does his ego handle the
He's
despair? The
he's
despair
already
of no
moving
longer
funky.
being.
It's like some of the shit he's doing, it's like, oh my God, bro, you all right, man?
Exactly, bro. Did a
Yeah.
fucking Hey Delilah shit in the Jamaican style. Like what? How did Drake come out with a song with the Jamaican accent? Come on.
Yeah, like that's what was needed.
The world just had to have this remix. Guanjo Lila. Right near the beach. Hey, Vic, let me come to your pool, man. I'll turn it into Jamaica.
You bumba clad Delilah.
Sean, come with the DJ setup. We'll have a party. Fucking dude's from Toronto, man.
Yo,
What are you doing out
yo,
here?
imagine if he really pulled
Toronto.
up on you. He's like, Wagwan. It's like, bro, what are you talking about?
Yeah, it was so fucking.
Bhagwan? You said Bhagwan?
Yeah, the whole thing is just. It's been a
Yeah.
while since we've had something of that degree. Are you guys Eminem fans? As fans of,
Some-
Slim
Yeah, yeah,
Shady,
yeah.
Marshall Mathers?
Yeah, he's
Yeah, I've
dope.
heard the song. So yeah.
It's interesting to at least keep tabs on too. He's rocking something out. He's doing his like this whole a concept of like killing Slim Shady.
Yeah.
So he did this Houdini song. It was like the Gen Z or somebody was trying to cancel him.
Huh.
But I noticed like our generation is like, nah, fuck that. You can't fuck with Eminem.
Yeah.
Have you heard that song and seen that music video?
I think I may have, but I wasn't probably paying too much attention.
It definitely.
Same here.
Yeah, okay, so homework for you guys. I challenge you, go check that out. Go watch that video because it's like a flashback to
It's like, oh yeah,
early
there's some.
2000s.
I remember the video. He's got like an AI Eminem on one side where he's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a younger dude. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
It's the Slim Shady era, him, and then
Right.
it's like him on the other side in the now with his beard and shit. He's got
Man.
his beard, but he's got like a blonde wig on. Oh, he's doing his comedy stuff again. It's funny, man.
There's always comedy in Eminem and shit. Like even the
Yeah.
shit when he's hating on his wife and shit, like I'm gonna throw you
Yep.
in the ocean.
Yeah, it's sometimes a dark comedy, almost
Yeah.
always. But yeah, I think that's gonna be interesting to see how that album comes out because I really hadn't cared too much for his body of work. I like a lot of his songs, but I don't go listen to a whole album like I used to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He makes some good angry music.
Yeah, and it's just you kind of listen to it for the skill that he brings
Yep.
to the table.
Yeah.
And
He's so talented, man.
And it's he's still doing his thing. Like oh, I love the song with him and Busta Rhymes. I can't remember the name, but they're just like if you're on
Yeah.
if you're in a rap with Busta Rhymes and you're keeping up, you're one of the goats.
Yeah.
There's
Oh
just no doubt
yeah.
about
He's a heavyweight, bro. Like when
He is,
lyrically,
yeah.
yeah.
So
Him
that'd
and
be-
then Timberlake as well.
Yep. I think
Hell
that.
yeah.
Oh, have you guys seen? What have you guys seen about what's his name, Justin Timberlake?
Oh, he was
Oh, the guy, yeah.
driving drunk and shit, huh?
Dude, there was this weird concert video of him, and
Uh-huh.
he's like, fucking, I don't know, dude. He just looked like. Have you seen the movie The Lord of the Rings?
Little bit,
Yes.
yeah.
Remember the character Gollum?
Not really.
He's like the little creature in the cave, and he's my precious, and he wants the
Yeah.
ring. He's all bug-eyed looking.
Yeah.
JT was out there at this concert, and the fans are filming it, and they're like kind of like chat clapping. This is like days after this DUI thing,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just bug-eyed looking like Gollum, sweating, all red and shit. And it's just like a
Damn.
very strange interaction, man. Something's going on with this dude, man. Something's going on with
He's
him
probably
too.
on drugs.
He's
That's
on
what I'm
one.
thinking. Yeah, something. Because he
Either
said,
that or they fucking took away the real one. This is like the AI version or some shit. Like a little
"Oh,
robot.
it's a
You know how
clone."
it's a clone, yeah.
It's the
They're colonizing them.
so
He's clone.
full tilt in the opposite direction of this episode, into conspiracies about clones, right?
Mhm.
Um, his most recent music video was hella creepy and demonic. It's like
Yeah.
the general thing is to a he walks into like a club scene and he
Mhm.
sees like a dark version of himself wearing sunglasses. They're having like this stare down thing. They let him into the club and all these girls are around and stuff, and they're having like black eyes. And this thing comes up on the stage, and it's like literally a demon with, you know, devil wings, and it like pours this black shit out of its mouth. It falls on
Damn.
him and in his mouth. He becomes the demon, and then the dark version of him like kills him, throws him in the trunk, and drives away. And then all this shit starts happening.
That's fucking sad, dude.
Mm-hmm. It's weird, man. Well, you know they say art reflects life.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
start you start making content like that, life starts coming for you like that.
I believe in that, bro. Like,
Yeah.
be careful what you wish for. Like, your words have power and they travel and shit. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Be careful what you say to people, you know, or anything.
Yeah.
Think before you speak.
What you put out into the universe gonna come back around.
yeah, I guess amplified because universe be spinning. So if it starts here, it just only goes that way.
Mm-hmm. Everything's a spiral. It all comes back. Everything's a
Ah,
spiral. It all comes back.
you put out some good vibration, that shit expands out there, man.
That's so true.
Yep,
You know what I
no
mean?
doubt. Well, anything else going on in your guys' world that you wanted to throw into the conversation? 4th of
Hmm.
July coming up.
Yeah,
You know?
4th of July. Oh yeah, it's my wedding anniversary.
Dang.
Oh, nice, dog. Hey,
In a party or what?
I don't know. I'm just gonna go hang out, maybe go out for some dinner.
Nice.
bro,
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Vic.
Go
If
ahead.
you if you wrote a book on like financial advice and shit, what would be your like top 3 rules, like, you know, for being financially stable, like top 3 things you would put in that book, like how to manage your money and shit.
I mean, save your money and wait for the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
That's the rules you always have to do, you know. And that generally happens, let's say if you have a good month of sales and that month you feel like, hey, my business did good. Hey, you know what? I'm making money. You tend to spend a little bit extra. Don't do
Yeah.
that. So, you know, save your money and that money will help you once you have a good opportunity come in front of you to,
Yeah.
you know, take advantage of, right? And
Save.
some people call that luck. And that's close to, like, you know, he was saying earlier, preparation.
Mm-hmm.
You prepare and you can have, you know, opportunity for that. Second rule of, you know, a business is, you know, do it passionately. You know, don't go in there thinking, oh, this is what I have to do today. Oh, this is what oh my God, I got to do this. If you have that, then you're not in the right business, because
Mm-hmm.
that thing's only going to be limiting. Now what you're doing is you're doing a job for yourself, because you're only working and you're earning and that's it. You're not growing the business. A lot of people who have small businesses, give you an example, could be like a cleaning business, right? People clean cars, right? So they come to people's house. Hey, I cleaned 2 cars today. I'm good. No, man, you got to clean capacity, clean 10, clean 20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how many, you know, it doesn't matter what time of the day. You know, it's not how you want. It's how the business wants you to work. It's how you run. You should work, you know.
Yeah.
That's my other thing that I would say. You know,
Save your money, show it with passion. And
show
number
passion,
3.
man. And then you know, and number 3 is, you know, be disciplined.
Mm.
You know, don't, and that's in your life. If you're disciplined in your life with your family, your friends, your employees, your parents, you know, everybody, you will tend to not make rash decisions. You'll think a little bit more clear, and
Mm.
and you'll think good for yourself, you know. Like if I make 100 grand a month, I might say I want to go buy me a Lambo. You know, give an example, you know, like myself, you know, and go buy a Lamborghini today. But then I say, you know what, right now it's not the right time. I can't, but no, and that's being disciplined, right?
Yeah.
And that's the other rule I would say. Just stick by.
Nice.
You know what I
That's
mean?
dope. That's really good advice.
Love it, love it, love it.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That'll be a good clip right there.
Hell yeah.
Try to clip that one out for you. Is there any? So your father's one of your mentors, right?
Correct.
Some of the folks that you worked with when you worked at
My
Wells
parents.
Fargo. What about reading? Is there anybody that you follow that you look out and you say, "Oh, I could take a lot away from this"? That you find inspiration from outside the circle?
As far as reading is concerned, you know, I don't get too much chance to do that right now
Mm-hmm.
because my days are generally start from 7 a.m.
Yeah.
and a lot of times I won't get till like 9 p.m. And you know, it's just like that for me because I've already have my view of what I need to do next, and I know what I need to do next, and I need to know what I need to do next. So far that's working out for me,
Yeah.
and so but other than that, when I look at text, I might take a look at somebody like Warren Buffett, one of them guys,
Right.
like that Donald Trump. Everybody has a little things you can learn from them. Like my parents used to say, be friends with everybody, but learn the good things from those people.
Right.
Your friends doing the bad thing doesn't mean you need to learn the bad thing, but learn the good things from him, right? So it's a little bit piece I learned from everybody. It could be a small kid, it could be a gentleman who's older than myself, and or it could be somebody, that's just doing a job himself, So you get to
Yeah.
see, get to learn a little bit from everybody. And I think when I read, I don't, I read quotes on people because those quotes kind of tell me the whole idea of how I should be,
Right.
right? And then that's what I think on that part.
Good. Good. Love
Hell
it,
yeah.
man. Yeah, everybody's into things their own way, So it's good to hear how you process stuff, and I
Yeah,
think you had a good foundation getting into where you are today, so you can kind of lean inside your strong circle and inside your
yeah,
own.
that's what I do. Yeah, it's just me, me and my father, my mother. My mother initially was the first one that came into the U.S. and
Mhm.
started working hard. And we had no money. Me, my mom, sister, dad used to live in one room,
Yeah.
and my dad 2 years slept in a car. He would work at a
Yeah.
gas station at night time and work at a restaurant in the morning time.
Hmm.
Two jobs, two businesses. Everything you gotta have. As far as you can never have enough money, like my mom says, because you don't know when that hard time is gonna come and you're gonna need that money.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
so that's why a lot of time people fail because businesses they do good. Oh, I'm making money. I'm this. They jump ahead of themselves. No, you gotta ground yourself. You're
Yep.
nobody, man. Neither am I. Nobody is no,
Stay
Make,
humble.
yeah, there's still companies now. They're closing after 70, 80 years. Learn from,
Hmm.
Radio
Yeah.
Shack, dude. Radio Shack was so big.
Ah,
Nobody
it was so
heard of
good
that.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Radio Shack's out of the business now.
Shit, radio in
You
general.
know, every little things we do, people jump ahead of things. They become too flashy. People become all that.
Right. You got to be also able to change with the times to keep
Exactly.
yourself relevant and marketable. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, be good, and and live good, eat good, be good.
Yeah,
That's what
for
I
sure. All
focus.
right, Lee, let's go around and do some. We always close out the show with key takeaways. Just thinking back on the discussion that we've had, and Sean, you want to open us up with key takeaways? You feel good about that?
Yeah, sure. Uh, I mean, I don't even know, but as usual, I might just hit it with the freestyle.
Send it.
Uh, Vic, it's good having you on here, bro, and getting to know your story. Because I mean, I've kicked it with you. We've had a lot of good times, but there's a lot of things I didn't know about you. I just found out, about your whole family history and how your
Yeah.
parents put in the work and and I've always had a lot of respect for you when I see you like working with the same enthusiasm, as they want. Like you don't you don't look at it like, oh man, I gotta do this. Like you're ready for it, every morning. And I admire that about you. I think that plays a big role in how things have turned out for you. You know what I mean? Luck aside, but it takes a certain type of person, like recognizing the position you're in, recognizing your powers, and how you implement them, in every day, and taking what your parents built, taking it to the next level, maintaining your relationships.
Yeah.
It's there's a lot, so you're blessed, and everybody around you, who comes in contact with you, they get blessed. So keep doing your thing, bro, and keep being a positive light out there, keep killing it, you know what I mean? And it's good to see you, bro, because I've seen you hyphy, and I've seen you,
All
you
time.
grow up, and
Yeah.
yeah, so it's a good balance, man. It's
Yeah.
you
Stay
know
ready so you don't have to be ready. And
Mm-hmm.
that goes for everything.
Big facts.
Stay ready to change your day if your wife doesn't want to do something. Stay ready if your parents want to do something, and that means you don't have to do something for
Mm-hmm.
yourself. So be okay with that. You understand when you discipline yourself in all these things, you don't let that anger control you. You don't let somebody's actions control you. When you do all these things and you change yourself as a person, you'll be able to grow in anything you do.
Yeah.
Anything you do. Stay ready and just be good at that. I've had a good foundation, with my parents, and that, but it's a choice that I had, that should I need to follow this. You know what I mean? Yes, I do want to follow this and I'll make it better. I have future goal that when I build a temple, it'll be a building and I'll put my parents' name on there. And
Mm-hmm.
man.
that'll be a legacy that hey, you know what? My dad was the one that came in here, the first person in here, and thought of the idea of putting a 2x4 and build this thing wall instead of breaking it down and just not having it.
Mm.
So that's one of the things, that, what I think is that nowadays we need to implement that more on self-growth, right? You don't
Right.
have to, you don't look growth in other people's eyes. You got to be growing yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
Growth
Man.
will be shown to everybody. And who you need to show the growth to? The people around you, your kids, your sister, your brother, your mom, your dad, your wife, these people, because these are the people inside your household who genuinely are there for you. So
Mm-hmm.
inside growth will make them feel better. That's more important than money, or you go floss to somebody else or show something else in front of your parents. At the end of the day, your mom or your dad, your wife, your kids at the house, or anybody are not happy. So what you're seeking, you don't have that. If you don't have that, you don't have anything. Look at
Yeah.
Ronaldo. First thing he always says, family. Build the family together. Be a role model to the family. If you can't be a role model to the family, who can you be?
Yeah.
I believe
Man.
that. I work 7 o'clock in the morning. I have no stop. I wake up. My wife wakes up with me. She's grown up in India, came from a very leisure household. 10 servants, 5 servants here. One start driving, one cooking, one cleaning. Now here she comes. She comes from a business background. Being in the country only 7 months, now handling entire our profit margin for
Yeah.
the entire gas. What that comes from how I created. If
Right.
I say, honey, be lazy, do this, no.
Yeah.
No, I can't marry a woman like that. I can't be. I need a woman to push me harder. You
Yeah.
know, yeah, so we do that. So tomorrow, me and her can enjoy good. And I don't
Yeah.
want. And I know that she
Yeah.
doesn't know that yet, but I see that picture, and I know I can create it, and I can create it for everybody. I'm the type
Yep.
of person I can buy a place out in Hawaii, move all of my family there, and live happily.
Yep.
One person. There's a gentleman in Pittsburgh. He owns a company called Pacific Coast, and they are general contractors. His name is Sam Bogg. Sam Bogg, it became my real uncle.
Mm-hmm.
And after meeting him a few times, this and that, he told me, Vic, I could have been an engineer. He's very well off now, getting really good job, 100, 200K jobs a year. He's like, I was getting paid with times off. He's like, I didn't take that job, but I was making $50,000 in my business. He said, Vic, why I did that? I was like, no, Sam, because I can create generational wealth.
Mm-hmm.
But I could not do that in a job. That's why I started my business. Today, Sam Bogg has 2, 3 kids, wife, grandkids. When he goes to vacations, He buys 30 tickets.
Bring everything.
Everybody, everybody.
The whole
Why?
claim.
Because he's made the money.
Yeah.
And I inspire to be somebody like himself. Try to be like, you know, Kobe a little bit. Try to be like these people that we see, you know.
Yeah.
But don't forget the spirituality. Don't let the money control who you are.
Right.
You know, get lost into the money where you're not forgetting your obligations to your family. You know, those are very important too. You know, I can make a lot of money and my dad's happy today, but if I don't spend time with my father or my mother or my, you know, close surround people, that's something that, you know, you're working hard enough for nothing.
Yep. Don't work for nothing. Yeah,
Hell
that's
yeah.
good stuff, man. I appreciate that. Vic, it's been good having you on here.
My pleasure, man.
What
It's
a
always a pleasure.
wonderful story you have, and it's only really just beginning. And I think you'll achieve.
And I feel like that. You know,
Yeah,
I feel like I am the in this year, even though, you know, I run the business gas stations now fully, I
yeah,
just feel like I've always been on the bench and now I'm getting the starting role.
yeah. It's
And
your
now
time.
it's my time. There is no limit, you know. There's other companies I was exploring. I don't think I told Shawn. There's charter services. You can buy plane, and you know I can park it in the Concord Airport. You
Yep.
know, all these tech companies that fly. Hey, you know what? Forget going to call us. The plane will be ready in 15 minutes. I
Hmm.
mean, there's so many different aspects of life, you know, in business that you can grow.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
good. You're always seeking opportunities. One thing I'll say is my big key takeaway, listening to all your story is like your whole life you've been um, keeping your eyes peeled for those opportunities and trying to stay ready, like you'd mentioned. And I think that's a good takeaway for anybody who would listen to this show today, that they can glean from your message and your story. And it seems like you're also creating opportunities for others, which is awesome. Awesome. Thank you for that. Because anytime a person like you who aspires to create something, they create for others in many ways too. Because there's people out there that maybe they just need the job, and that's what helps them get by. And now they can come and get that from you and work with you and help you build your dream and maybe build their own at some time as well.
you
But it's
have
good.
to, man. You have to grow that. You know, my mobile gas station, I'll say one last thing, you know, I got him a house, you know, I got him qualified, you know, I did
Hmm.
all the niches he needed to. This guy was paying $2,200 in rent every month. And he said, I'll buy the house next year. I said, okay. Then 3 months came later, 4 months came there. I said, let me show you one thing. I'm a numbers guy. I don't know anything else. I know business. I calculated his money. I said, if interest rates go down by 1%, in 6 months, you will save $350. But if you buy the house, you will actually make $12,000 in 6 months.
Yeah.
And open that in his mind. He has a house that he's very happy. He works with me. You know, I told him, man, I can help you, you know, build. I have my lending license. I'm a real estate license. I'm a
Hmm.
stock market license, you know, and I got these 18, 19 years ago.
Yeah.
So if anybody of viewers are always interested in learning a little bit more, you know, they can reach out. You know, and I don't expect anything in return. God has blessed me more, man. I
No.
just have people's blessings and just say, man, thank you for that. That's good enough for me.
Hey, that's good. And then that's something I wanted to give you an opportunity before we wrap up the show today is how can, if people were interested in reaching out to you for partnerships or advice or however they can reach you, do you have a place that they can do that?
Yes, yes, yes. You can email me, and my email is dvikramthakur@yahoo.com, and it's spelled TheVikramThakur @yahoo.com. My phone number is 925-325-8733. So
Awesome.
in any aspects, you know, I've links with the gas station, you know, refineries, you know, I can talk to them about building new sites and they approve me.
Hmm.
You know, I know builders, you know, that build, you know, commercial buildings, you know, and yeah, man, in anything, winery you want to go into and anything I can help out. Or if you want to just do a little future planning for yourself, you feel like you have a questions for that, or you have a question
Hmm.
regarding real commercial. I buy real estate for my clients. I have very small book of business for my real estate. I don't promote myself I don't put myself out there. I tell people, if you're happy with me, you'll call me because I have my business already. I'll
Yeah.
make a plan for you that you'll see how much money you'll make for your own self. And that's it. You know, you'll make your own money and everything under your own name. And how do I benefit out of it? If you contact me, I'll get commission by the agents, right?
Right.
Everybody's for the money, right? At least for that aspect.
Mm-hmm.
On most of the other stuff, we create a whole plan for you. Hey, you know what? This is what you need to do. This is where you need to be, and this is where you're gonna be. You know, if a lot of people, I can't afford a house today, okay, well, fix your credit. You know, we got people that do lendings, they do it for free.
Yeah.
You know, people just don't know it. Maybe people say, hey, you know what? I need to call you to do pay for it. No, dude, you apply for a loan from a bank. They'll tell you what's wrong with your credit.
Yeah.
They also tell you how to fix it. So why are you paying left people, right people? Those little knowledges, if people need to know, want to find out, man, you know, no problem. I'm
For
always
sure.
there.
Well, we appreciate it. We had a good time chatting with you, hearing your story, and we want to wish you the best of luck on your future endeavors. And if you got something to share in the future, you want to come back on the show, just reach out to us. We'd love to have you back, brother.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
All right,
John.
man.
Thank you.
As we say every time around here, at the end of the show, protect your heart, protect your mind. Thank you for listening. Shawn, what else they need to protect?
Protect your neck. No, put some sunscreen on his hat, I say.
Yeah, that's true.
Protect your pin code.
All right, y'all. Peace out.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Peace.